You know what I believe is one of the main reasons why people hide behind things and all the rest? It's shame. Shame of, you know, things they've done, things they've been through, things that have happened to them, things that they've don't want anyone else to know about. And that's why people have all these walls, these fronts up. That saying I always say about Shakespeare, the world's a stage, everyone is an actor. And it's because people hide behind things. They hide behind stuff, and they present a face that they think is acceptable or that people want them, to be seen as. So what they do is they hide behind that and they walk around in everybody's expectations until they can finally get behind doors at home and sit and relax and then be themselves. And the truth is, I would rather know the person than the actual actor. I would rather know the person. You ever talk to people sometimes and all you get is lovely weather we're having, isn't it? Yes, no, you don't really get conversations, or you can get conversations about nothing but never actually go any deeper because the person does not want you to know who they are. I remember back in the world, terminology again, Christian terminology, but back in my old life, I was like that, And I used to look at everybody else and think everybody else has got it together, and I'm the only one who's got no idea who I am, But the truth is, most people are like that. Most people are looking for a leader, and it's the blind following the blind. You see, when I come to faith, when I come to know Jesus, I become to know who I was, and all those things that I was hiding behind, God started to strip them, pull them away, so I could actually be myself and know that I was loved. And you see, most people in life are looking for love. They're looking for love all in the wrong places, as you hear. If I go to this relationship, all my problems will be over. If I go to this place, if I get that, if I've got a lot of money, but none of it brings anything that brings fulfillment. While these things can be good, having money can be good, beautiful lady that loves you, all of that, but you're still going to have that missing piece inside. You're still not going to know who you are. Because you see, most people have lost their identity, but when Christ comes in your life, identity comes back. You begin to realize and understand who you are and what your purpose is in life. You hear the saying, I've heard Les Brown said 86% of people in life go to dead-end jobs. They've got no idea what they're doing there or why they're doing it. I remember back in the days of drug dealing, trafficking. I was living in a house one place, and I remember I was 25 years old, and the traffic was that busy that I didn't even get a chance to go to the toilet. Didn't even get anything. And then in that moment, I got a 5-minute break in the afternoon, and the realization hit me of, what are you doing with your life? You're going nowhere. Who are you? What is this? I knew I was headed to a downward spiral, going to either end up dead or in jail. And I started bawling my eyes out. I was by myself. No one saw this. But then, the traffic came back, business, and I, moved on another 4 years. So I was 29 till I got out of that lifestyle. But, people in life are wandering around trying to find love, never being able to find it, and they don't know why they can't find it. It's because the love of God, the true love, only comes from God. You see, God is love. And I found that. When I found that, I stopped using all the stuff that I needed to actually try and find fulfillment and try and find a fulfillment in the heart that where things were missing. I stopped using the drugs. I stopped drinking. All of that stuff that I was trying to find fulfillment in. And then once I did that, He gave me the love of my life. He gave me a beautiful wife who taught me a deeper love. He gave me life, hope, and future. And there was no judgment. It was, I love you. And, that's what changed everything about me, changed my life, changed everything, gave me happiness, peace, joy, done things I never would have done in the world. Never, all I was doing before was, where can I get my next fix? Never had any money. When I was trafficking, I had money, but that money would come and go, thousands of dollars just bang straight from my hand. But it was like I had a pocket with holes in it. So now I've came to know the love of God. He looks after me financially. He looks after me spiritually, everything, because he's my life source. I've realized that to actually know identity, who you are, you'll never know it without God. And you wander around blindly, and I don't want to know any of that stuff. But he's good. He loves you. He sets people free of their hurts and hang-ups through love, through the very thing we're looking for in every other angle, but we fail to find it in him because we don't want to have anything to do with him, because we've got all these concepts about who he is and we don't know him. You see, Jesus is love. God is love. It takes guts to get to know him, but when you do, it's like, what am I doing? What have I been doing all these years? I've said before, 25 years, going through hard stuff, but the love of God's always been there. His love. His love's always been there to actually guide me and draw me into deeper places in him. And find out, see, this is the thing. Everybody's got a purpose in life, and I think without him, most of the time, people can, stumble across it, but you never really find your purpose, what you're called for. Whether it's to be in business, whether you be a school teacher, psychologist, whether you're supposed to be out doing something else, whatever you're supposed to be doing in life, you want to find it in him. Because that's where purpose, excitement, fulfillment starts to come in your life. You don't just go to a dead-end job. Years ago I used to go to jobs and when I could work, and I'd be the clock watcher. I'd start looking at the time. Oh, I can't wait to get out of here. Then I can go and do this. I can go and take me drugs. I can go and, have me drink. But, you fall in love with what you're called to do because that's who you are. That's how you're wired. That's what's going on inside. You can't help but, you don't look at clocks. In some of the ministries, I've had people who say to me, oh, you're going to work in the morning. And it wasn't work to me. There's no time watching because I just love what I did. You just do it naturally. And that's what you need to find out in life. You need to find out who you are, what you're called to be. You see, because I don't care who you are, everybody has a call, a plan, a purpose that was put inside of you, and you're only going to find it through Christ. So I got a story, drugs, alcohol, been through the hurt, the pain, the wounds and all that, but it's the love of God that brought me through this. So what is your story? Because that's what I want to hear. That's what I'm interested in. What have you been through? What have you discovered? If anybody wants to chat, just talk on this page because I want to hear your story.